Okay. Telepathy is to sense the people's thoughts so we can read the minds of the other person. There's people who have that power, and that belongs to ASP. How about pre-recognition? Is the ability to see the future. So for spiritual people, we can say this guy is a prophet because he can foretold prophecy. He can fold what will happen in the future. He can predict. And for those people who is not part of the religious aspect, that also can predict. As for our example is Nostradamus. He has many uh, writings that predicts of the future. So he is only a person who predicts in the. He has the power of pre-recognition, and he is not a religious guy. So that is pre-recognition. How about other things? Can we acquire? Yes, we can acquire those mental powers. But to obtain it, may requires many rigorous ritual practices. That is how you have to discipline first the mind, and then to achieve those powers, the ESP. And once we achieve in the spiritual domain, the exercise of use of ESP is what we call occult power. Occult power. So in the occult, there are two occults, two dimensions of occults: the crude occult and the finer occult. How about the crude occult? Crude occult, sometimes called as black magic. Most of the time, they use mental powers for negative purposes. We can say negative. What are those? For example, for the entertainment industry, magicians, they do some tricks, and they said illusion, and even it's a real power, but that is under crude occult. And what are those things that they will do? Other businesses, because occult power can make them empowerment, use their mental capability, use their ESP. What are those? Example, like crystal ball. It can foretold the future, or it can even what happened in the past using crystal ball. Palm reading, tarot card reading, horoscope reader, fortune teller, and other things. For me, those are occult power, but they use it for their purposes. Of course, there's a business on it. And there are also religious rituals. What are those occult power for religious rituals? Some people, they will use the crude occult that they can do healthy beings become sick. Like and there are also people who can sick people become healthy. What are those names? We can mention them. The exorcists, the quack doctors. Quack doctors usually in the villages for poor people, they are usually use quack doctors because it's very cheap, affordable for them. And even for religious activity, healing. We can say this guy is uh, a healing preacher. So he has the power to heal. So these are, we can say, the power of, on my perception, this is a mental power. Healing, through prayers, or we can say healing preachers, or for poor people, quack doctors, even for exorcist, for if there's a exorcism, we can call them exorcists. How about for me, this crude occult is not good. There's a better way. We call this a finer occult. What are those finer occult? Because this is used for enlightenment. Like Gautama Buddha. So Buddha means in realized person. This is finer occult is used for personal expansion of the mind, reaching paradise or nirvana, mukti, samadhi, or liberation of the spirit. What are the ways of obtaining it? We can say they can obtain it through prayers, fasting, sadhana, meditation, and even yoga practices. That's the way they can achieve that finer occult. So crude occult is irrelevant since it impedes your spiritual journey. The ASP, it will impede your spiritual journey. Since it will just give you pleasure, money, fame, all still in the mundane desires, but not on a spiritual journey. So finer occult is very good since it's the right path towards your ultimate longing to become boundless. It is your spiritual journey. Take note, as we are looking for happiness, that endless nature of human desire is an expression of longing for infinite nature or life beyond physical existence. It means obtaining our liberation. For our interpreter, this is my question. What is the significance in studying mental or intellectual dimensions? What's the relevance? Okay, thank you for the questions. In my analysis and interpretation on this mental and or intellectual needs, intellectual dimension, his intention, Mr. Erwin intention, is for us to come to our senses or on our conscious state that we have each one of us have mental power. Either we activate it by our own or by other people who will train us. Or we could say there's a guru. Our mental state can affect our physical state or body. We become ill just by thinking. Or we even be healed just by thinking, the power of thinking. So urban objectives is for us to do our spiritual journey that will give us immense joy and happiness as we use our mental capability. So we just use physical needs to have healthy body. A healthy body is the right platform to lead our mental power to journey towards spiritual path. Thank you and see you on the next video about emotional needs.